So welcome everybody to our Thursday night Abundant Living event. My name's Leah and I have been with the Juice Plus company for about 15 months now, and it's been pretty incredible and pretty life-changing. And tonight is really just an opportunity for us to share what we've been up to and I guess really share about two things that I think in society we really struggle with these days. And the first one is our health and how we're feeling. Everybody wants to look good, feel good, but the absolute reality is that we have never been more overfed but undernourished. I just think there is so much conflicting advice out there, and lots of different fad things. And I really think that what we have is a better way. So I'm really passionate about sharing that with everybody. The other thing is really how we get to live life and our financial situation and lifestyle. And two major stresses in life are really finances and time. We all seem very time poor, and it feels like a lot of the really important things like spending time with our family and having options to do what we want have really gone to the back burner. And, we really trade a lot of time for money. And I really think that what we've, got to offer is just something different. And it's really been an amazing change for my life and my family. And there's some really inspiring stories on here tonight as well of how we're really changing that and getting a little bit more balance with that and getting back to enjoying life. So we are launching the gorgeous Geordie's business tonight. So if you're on here supporting her, thank you so much for jumping on, or if you're watching a recording. I know that when I launched my business 15 months ago, it was really important for me to have my friends and family just see what I was up to. If this resonates with you, that's amazing. If it doesn't, you might know somebody that it does, but it certainly isn't salesy. It's just really something that we're just really sharing to, something that has changed our lives. So I'll start really where it all began with our amazing whole food products. So if you've never seen Juice Plus before, this is what it looks like. It's a blend of fruits, veggies and berries in capsules. There is a variety of 29 different varieties in here. And, this came into my life when I was a new mum. I had my little girl was about 4.5 months old, and I wasn't feeling great. My health wasn't in a great place. I thought that I was really healthy. I thought that I've always been pretty healthy, to be honest. And now when I sort of look back, I realized that I've always been a really tired person, and I just wasn't getting, what my body really needed. And it really comes back to the basics that when I really wasn't getting the recommended serves of fruits and veggies. And I'm not alone. The statistics are in, and there's less than 4% of us in Australia as adults that actually do get the recommended serve of veggies. And it's even lower than that for children, which is really sad. So I know that there was some work to be done, but the recommended serve is 5 veggies and 2 fruit. And actually it should be a lot higher than that. The World Health Organization has come out saying it's really more like 12 serves, and that's just impossible every day. Even on a good day, I would really struggle to get anything close to that. So what this does is really bridges the gap between what we eat and what we should be eating. So it just absolutely made sense to me. What I loved is that it had a food label. I was breastfeeding at the time, and if you've been through a pregnancy or you've been breastfeeding, you would know that you have to read the back of everything and be really cautious of anything that you take. So anything that came with a warning was an instant red flag for me. I've never been into supplements or, anything like that, but something that you can't take while, you're actually, growing a little human. It just didn't really make sense to me to take it long term either. So I could understand absolutely everything that was in it. Basically, if you can eat this, you can have it. For me, it just absolutely made sense. And I love the way Juice Plus is made. It's a producer is grown in really clean herbicide, pesticide-free environments in third-generation farms, and it is grown and picked at the ultimate peak ripeness, which is really different to the produce that we have in our grocery stores today. It is picked well before it's ripe and then kept in cold storage and then popped on the shelf. And it's sometimes months after it actually has been picked. And so for me, I know that the body needs those last two 2 weeks of ripening for produce to get the ultimate nutrition from it. So to know that that's what I'm getting when I'm taking my Juice Plus is just insurance to my body. The body also recognises it as food. So it's not recognised as a multi or a supplement. I often get asked what the difference between something like Juice Plus and a vitamin is, and this is that it really is recognised as food rather than a fractured or synthetic supplement that you take. You never really know if your body's absorbing it or if you're just getting expensive whey. We all know what it's like when you take a vitamin B tablet or a multi and you get that bright yellow disco whey. It's just really going through you, whereas you don't get that with Juice Plus. There's actually studies done that show that you actually absorb it within 3 to 5 minutes into your bloodstream. It's going where it needs to go. The studies behind it are pretty incredible as well. There is absolutely nothing on the market that has been researched like Juice Plus has. There's 35 peer-reviewed medical journal studies done in top universities all around the world. And the results basically are that it's reducing inflammation in the body. And what we do know is that lots of illness and disease is caused by inflammation. So to know that it's definitely decreasing those inflammation markers is pretty incredible. So things like any itis is caused by inflammation. But we definitely have people who have, things like arthritis, lots of that really been able to ease any pain with that. My husband's got a really physical job and he's got lots of past injuries with his knees and ankles that he's had surgery. They would always flare up when he was really active or when it got cold. And since he's been taking Juice Plus, he has no worries about that anymore. But the real results are in the stories, and we hear loads of amazing stories, things like dermatitis and eczema clearing up. That's something obviously really tangible that you can see, but it's amazing to see what it's doing on the inside. We have people who have been able to come off blood pressure medication, things like their cholesterol, being able to really reduce that, and also diabetes. So it's been pretty incredible. I love that Juice Plus is really the company with a heart, and we are all about sustainable health for absolutely everybody. This is really a health product that everybody can use because, it really just is bridging the gap and getting more goodness in. And I think what better place to start than is with our children. They're really, I think what you eat is and what you put into your body is really determines your potential in life and who you become. And I think that now that I'm a mum, I see that as, more important than ever, just making sure we're giving them the best start to life. So every adult that actually takes Juice Plus can sponsor a child to take the chews or the capsules for free as well, and they participate in a worldwide health study. So the chews are just like the capsules, but they are really palatable and chewy. They've got a bit of tapioca starch, and all the big kids seem to like them as well. I have to say that I do rummage into the cupboard and find them sometimes, and they just taste absolutely amazing. What we're really finding from that study is that kids that are taking their Juice Plus have general overall well-being that is better. So they're eating more fruits and veggies. They're actually craving more fruits and veggies. And I just love that with kids, there is no such thing as a placebo. If they're starting to feel like fruits and veggies and they weren't reaching for it before, like that's something real. That's a real result. You can't really make that up. If you've ever tried to feed a child that doesn't like something or doesn't want something, it's absolutely impossible. So it's pretty incredible to really see kids reaching for things like capsicums and cucumbers and things like that. But we're seeing that they're pooping better, they're drinking more water, less days off school, less doctor's visits. So it's definitely, flooding their bodies with fruits and veggies is having some pretty amazing results. The other product that we do have that I'm absolutely crazy about are our complete powders. It comes in a chocolate and a vanilla flavour. I'm actually out of the chocolate at the moment, but they taste absolutely amazing, and it's just a real superfood blend. I can't live without them. Anyone who's time poor, you would know that there's always that time of day that you're kind of on the run, a bit of a rush. And, we often, the last thing is sitting down and eating a proper meal, especially 5 times a day. It just doesn't often happen. So I just love having one of these in my bag for those moments where I might be out, caught out, and going to reach for something that's not so great, like maybe a coffee and cake. I can have one of these instead, and it's a really nutritious meal, really affordable. It's got a load of things like a load of different sprouts like alpha sprouts, radish. You've got things like pea protein, spirulina, yucca powder, mushroom powder, pomegranate, just things that there was no way I would otherwise get into my day. The way I actually love to use it is first thing in the morning, I make a massive smoothie for my whole family. So I'll have it for breakfast because that's otherwise a meal that I would probably skip, even though I know better. And my little girl, she will have it as well. So I pop a whole heap of greens. I'll put some spinach and zucchini and a banana and, I really water and ice and a few other things. But one of these will make any smoothie taste amazing. And she stands at the blender and she's just like crying out for it because she thinks she's getting a treat, some chocolate milk or a vanilla milk. But really, it's just a really amazing superfood blend. So even if the rest of the day is not perfect, I know that we've had something amazing to fuel our bodies with. Because we also really just want to encourage people on their health journey. We have an amazing program that we plug everybody who takes Juice Plus into, and that's called the Juicy Body Transformation. And it is over 200 amazing recipes, 4 recipe guides that is just full of, just amazing, easy, family-friendly recipes for everybody. We're really about changing homes and creating amazing food cultures in families so that everybody's enjoying whole foods. So there's no, eating lettuce or salad for mum and everybody else has something else. It's really just about, one amazing meal for everybody and taking it really back to basics. The girl who actually created the program, she was actually on MasterChef, but you certainly don't have to be a master chef to cook the recipes. It's really just that she knows her stuff. She's a mum. She knows we need something quick and tasty for everybody. I absolutely love it. It's really changed our home. My husband didn't even know we were on a program. He just loved all the food, and it's just really something for everybody. There's a few different components. We've got a shred program that's really for people who want to, work well in a challenge environment. You're supported in an amazing community of people that are all on a bit of a weight loss journey, and we have challenges. So that's really something for those people. And then we have an optional cleanse. We have meal plans, exercise guides that have all been put together by health professionals in our business as well. So we might actually just cross on over to the beautiful Corinne. Let me just try and find you, Corinne. Because we love hearing the real stories, and I know Corinne has got a pretty great story about how Juice Plus has impacted her family's life. Hey, Corinne, you just want to share a little bit about how Juice Plus came into your life and what you found and how it's impacting you guys.
Well, Juice Plus came through to me through a beautiful friend of mine, Lisa. She's on here tonight. You got to wave, Lisa. And it has literally changed my life for the better. I had a daughter who was getting bullied due to her weight. I am a big girl myself. I tipped the scales at 152 kilos. I am 26 kilos down, and I am going to keep going. So nothing's stopping me now. So it really is a life-changing product, not only because you're putting everything into your body that you need, but it is giving you extra energy, motivation. I've never been an organised person. I make lunches now, probably 18 years too late since my son just turned 18, but he thinks it's the best thing. I used to give him $5, send him to the canteen and say, here you go. My fridge is so colourful. Who knew you could have so many veggies and fruits in a fridge? So Juice Plus is amazing to me. I also suffer from high blood pressure and anxiety. My anxiety levels seem to be very stable at the moment. I'm not getting so anxious and angry and moody. But my best thing today was my blood pressure has never been so good. To give you an example, about 3 months ago, I ended up in hospital with my blood pressure 210 over 180. So it was very, very high, and I was in danger of having a heart attack. Today, my blood pressure was 118 over 76, and my doctor could not be any prouder. So I got to put it down to Juice Plus. I got no other reasons for it. I'm taking these little magic beans every morning, and this is what it's doing to my life. It's turning my life around. So making better choices, not only with food, but with my time. So just with the business itself, you get time management, you organise. Even got my weekly planner, like good old Kmart, and it works. You get organised, it's life-changing. So that's how Juice Plus is helping me. And that's how I came about, and I'm not looking back at all. So I'm going to help other mums and other people out there do what I thought I couldn't do.
Amazing.
That's my story.
Thank you so much, Corinne. I love hearing that. And well done. I'm so proud of yourself on your health journey, and that's awesome to hear about your results from your doctor today.
Oh, whatever. He couldn't believe it himself, and he's just like, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, that's amazing. Excellent. We might just head on over to Geordie now, who is launching her business. I'll just find you. Hey, Geordie. So,
hey.
You want to share a little bit about how Juice Plus came into your life and what you found, and I guess why the business and the products made sense to you?
Okay. Well, for people that I know and have been beside me for a while, last year was a pretty tough year for me. I had my baby boy, my first, and my marriage broke down, so I was diagnosed with postnatal depression. So I had to get put on medication for that, but I've met someone who has picked me up and started carrying me on, and he is friends with Beck. So Beck introduced me to the product and got me on the business side of things. Been on it for 2 weeks now, and I can say I don't need coffee anymore. And I was a 2 coffee a day extra shot, and it wasn't normal because my baby boy sleeps 11 to 12 hours a night. So I was taking naps with him during the day because I just felt so tired and drained all the time. So it's definitely helped in that side of things. I'm not taking it to lose weight on that side. I've always been quite into the fitness side. It's just that I definitely don't eat a lot of vegetables, especially after my pregnancy. I turned off broccoli, beans, zucchini, everything green that I used to eat beforehand in my diet, and now I just gag at it. So it's definitely great for me to be able to get that fruit and veg into my system. And I read other people saying that it's helped with their mental health and everything. So I'm just hoping that it does that for me as well. So I just look forward to actually getting all the benefits from it and helping other people. And then I saw that you could do your own business from home, make your own money, be your own boss. And I thought that would be so perfect for me. My little boy's only 10 months old, and just at the moment it's not ideal for me to go back to work, as I may be moving soon. So there's no point in me looking for a daycare up where I am if I'm going to be moving to Newcastle. So that's up in the air at the moment, and I'm just going to enjoy the time that I get to spend with him because they're only little once and you just can't turn back time. So I'm going to try and do my best for myself and for my little boy to get this rolling. And I would like to help other mummies get on board if they would like to make it a little bit of extra income from home, or, make it a full-time thing. So, yay.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And it's so exciting seeing you on this journey, Geordie, and this is just the beginning. Really proud of you. Amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're going to head on over to Lisa now, who is going to share a little bit about her story and then switch gears a little bit and head on into talking a little bit about business.
Yeah. Thank you, Leah. Welcome, Geordie. Well done. And congratulations, Corinne. That's amazing. This product came to me, I think it's I've just passed my, next lot of 4 months. So we're obviously really happy with it. I started because I was in a really low place, maybe, July, August, September. And I kept getting lower and lower, and I knew I needed something to get me out of this hole that I was in. And I knew it was food and I knew it was exercise, but when you are really low, or for me, when I was so low, it was really hard for me to get up. I felt like I needed someone to drag me and help me up and sleep on my arms, but I didn't know one was doing that. And I was just really tired all the time, exhausted. My days off from work would be sleeping, which I hadn't had days in bed, you know, since I was about 20. So, and I'd be driving to work and feeling quite down. And I did think to myself, oh, wow, I feel like I'm a little bit depressed. You know, I didn't put it out there, but I felt that I didn't know where I was heading with my life, you know, at that point. And I knew I needed to change that as well. Like where I work now, I knew that's not where I want to be. It's not who I am. And I just kept thinking I just didn't want to, you know, if I had to look back in 20 years and I was on my deathbed and I was still in that place, I would be so frustrated and so regretful with my life that I didn't go and do something else with it. So I was really lost, and I did see a post on Facebook, and the first thing I noticed was, did you want more energy? And that was a definite yes. So I ticked that box. And there was other questions there too. Do you want to work from home and be around your kids? And my kids are getting older now, and I know what you're talking about, Geordie. It just goes so quick, and I want to be the one that drives them to sport, and I want to be we always have been like that, my husband and I, but it's just going back by so quickly now that I need to be the one taking them to school. I need to spend as much. I want to be home around them. It's not like, you know, I don't need to do everything for them like you girls with babies, but I do love that the home is a home life, and it's a happening life. I don't want my kids home by themselves all the time, and you know, it's happening in this house, and it's just a home, and everybody's doing their own thing, but it's nice and it's fun and it's exciting, and it's just the way it's got to be, because you know, one day we're all going to look back and we want to have happy memories and no regrets. So it was great for me. Sorry for going on. Went on the but ticked all the boxes straight away, went on the product straight away, said yes to the business straight away because I was just so low with everything, anything. It just sounded so amazing, and I loved the fact that it was whole food. I'm not a medication person, so I was really happy. Glad I've got all my kids are sporty, and one in particular just, you know, doesn't do anything. I'm like really conscious of what he eats for his nutrition, for his sport. So I was feeling so guilty not cooking properly for anyone in the family, but particularly him, because I knew how much nutrition meant to him, and the meals were really just running into the, you know, Aldi or Coles and grabbing pre-cooked stuff out of the frozen area or a bit of toast or whatever, just because I was so low and I just didn't have the inclination. Everything I did was hard, like everything was hard work for me. So started on the product, and straight away after like about, I don't know, I think it was 8 days or something, I was walking the dog and seriously just kept walking. Like it just hit me without even realizing. I was just like, wow, I'm going to keep walking. And I think I did 7Ks that day, ended up at the dog beach and had a really, really lovely experience and time. And I just felt like, wow, this is awesome. So that was the first thing that hit me. And the next thing I noticed was my son that I was giving it to for free. It was only him and I on it at the time. Skin amazing, beautiful, you know, so really, really pleased with that, because we had been to the doctors previously about getting antibiotics for that, and they told me he could have them, but he would need to be out of the sun. So I was just like, nah, sorry mate, we're not doing that. That's just not going to happen. Imagine how bad that must be. So yeah, lots and lots of amazing stories. There's 5 of us in our family. We're all on the product. We've all just a happy home now compared to where I was anyway with life, and loving it. I'm going really well with my business. I'm loving that as well. I'm down to 2 days at my other job. So I've just done 2 days and I'm out of there till next Thursday now. So I'm really happy with everything. It's just, yeah, I'm really grateful. And I'm just going to talk to you about the pyramid scheme that everybody thinks this is. Like when I first bought the product and I did tell my parents about it, my dad was like, oh yeah, one of those pyramid schemes. So I just wanted to say that I don't really know what a pyramid scheme was. I know it was around in the 70s. now apparently it is illegal, so there's no way this is a pyramid scheme because it wouldn't be allowed. Juice Plus has been going since 1970, and it's been going the same way it is now, so it's definitely not a pyramid scheme. And I just wanted to talk to you because where I work at Myer in a department store. So where I work in, there is a triangle. And what happens there is I'm on the floor here in women's wear. So I'm just in this little corner here, and people walk around, which is my team leader, and then above her is the floor manager. These two, the floor manager and the team manager, have actually competed for this job here. So there's always a bit of friction between those two, and you just try and keep out of that because that sort of environment is just really like school. I think school is probably even better. So yeah, and then above that we have the operations manager upstairs, and then above that we have the assistant manager, and then above that we have a manager of the store. So all here. Then above this, honest to goodness, today they all came out from Melbourne and walked around our store, and all these people here, I've never seen so much. They all their makeup done, they're wearing high heels, the department store with sticky stand spotless because we're all a little bit scared of what this person here is going to say. And then this person, he was there as well. He's the board member, and then the CEO was there, and all that sort of stuff. So, what for me here to get to these points up here, not that I want to, but if I did, it would be I'd be fighting with these two who are already fighting, and then to get to that, wow, that would just be. I would think really hard for me to get up to those positions and make that sort of money that Mr. CEO is on up here, who everyone's scared of, and I don't want anyone to be scared of me. So when I came to Juice Plus, it's more of a square or a rectangle because I did start here, but it didn't take me long to get to the next step and the next step because Leah, who was up here, was like helping me and it's like she wasn't competing with me. We're not competing with each other. We're all like I've got my beautiful girls now, and we all just help each other. Everything is sharing. Where Corinne's at now, she helps me and I help her, and it's just we can all have the opportunity to be up the top here, and we can all be loving each other with that and making an amazing amount of money as well. And we all just help and share each other, and it's such a beautiful environment to be a part of, and I'm loving it and feeling really grateful, and yeah, happy to walk out those doors tonight and come to this. So yeah, thank you guys. Good luck.
Thanks, Lisa. I think one of the best things about our business is really, as Lisa said, it's an environment where we all raise each other up. It's not there's no competition. We're here to really help people who want to do this, but it's really everybody comes into it with different amounts of time. There's never, any pressure. It's really what you want to put into it. And we're really here to take a step with you. But it's really great that people believe in you before you really believe in yourself. I definitely came into this business with one major worry, and that was I don't know loads of people. I was a stay-at-home mum. I got out twice a week. I went to swimming lessons and mother's group, and I saw the same 7 people each time. So my network wasn't very big. I didn't have a big network on Facebook either. I think I had like 175 friends. So I had no idea how I was going to grow a team. But I met a girl and her name was Erin. And she was doing this from home with 3 kids and also running her husband's traditional business. So, I thought, wow, if she can do this in stolen moments just around her family, then, I'm going to take a look at what she's doing and maybe she can teach me. And that's exactly what she did. So she really taught me how I could do this. So she really taught me on social media, but it was really just about, in the beginning, thinking of a couple of people that wanted to look good, feel good, and maybe improve their financial situation. We don't go around roping people into anything, trying to be that crazy Juice Plus person and, try and get your family and friends on board. It's not about that. it's really just about people who are looking for a better way. And there are a lot of people looking for a better way. So when I came into this, no idea. My husband didn't want to know about it. Literally, it was just me. And I feel like, oh, wow, am I the only crazy one? But you know what? I launched my business, and I had a girlfriend who had 2 kids, and she was looking for something as well. And so she decided to join the business as well. I then had another girl called Cody, who was a nurse, and she wanted to create a bit of a travel fund, and she's super passionate about health, and she thought that this just looked like an amazing opportunity. So she decided to join the business as well. And then I actually had another girl who approached me through social media called Shan, who was wanting to stay at home with her little boy, and she was pretty health conscious as well. And so she decided this looked amazing for her as well. Now Cody went on and she shared it with another girl called Amy, and then Amy went on and she had a friend in the UK called Ben, and then Ben had a friend that he used to work with called Corky, and that grew pretty quickly. Shan had a girl that she met actually on Gumtree. She got chatting with her. She came around to her house, I think, to buy something, a baby, something to do with her baby. And Shan had a bit of a chat, and she wasn't wanting to go back to work. Her name was Nikki. And Nikki was really into health as well. So Shan said, hey, I might have something you'd be interested in. And Nikki took a look at the business and thought, that sounds amazing. And she had a friend called Beck. And Beck and her are definitely into health and fitness. And Beck, she loved the idea of creating an extra stream of income and being able to have a lot of time freedom and, spending time with herself, doing what she wanted. And then she had her friend Geordie, as Geordie mentioned before. I've definitely introduced this business to a few other people. They've gone on and done the same thing. And I have to say that, look, it didn't happen overnight. It's definitely not, something that it takes a little bit of effort, but it definitely has grown organically. And I have something like 50 people in my business now. And, from the girl that didn't know how she was going to have one person that would maybe be interested in this, asking a couple of questions and finding out that people are looking for something different. There was, my business has grown, and we call this the popcorn effect because like popcorn, when you take it off the heat, it continues to pop, and that's what happens with your business. So we have, as Lisa said, we're all here to help each other, and we've all got an invested interest. So if you wanted to take time off, or maybe you wanted, to go and have a beach holiday, or, I've definitely had a couple of weeks off here and there, and my business has continued to grow. So it's definitely different to my husband's traditional business. We thought getting a traditional business meant that you'd have more time freedom. Anyone who has a traditional business will know that is definitely not the case. That comes with a whole heap of other issues like paying staff and, having to take care of a lot more and working a lot out of hours. It's not just the hours that you actually go to work. And that's been really stressful. And also then when you don't work, if you decide to have time off, you don't get paid. But those bills keep on coming in. So it's been a real blessing to be able to have my Juice Plus business come, have that constant income as well. So I really came into this when our finances weren't in a great place. I was having to look at going back to work, and my baby was so young, and like Geordie and lots of other mums, I really wanted to stay at home and enjoy every second with her, and that was the mum I wanted to be. So going back to work, putting her in daycare full time just didn't sound like my idea of family life. So I'm so grateful that I came across this opportunity, and I took a look, because it's definitely been life-changing. And now I actually have an income that is, like a full-time income. I cover the mortgage. I get to take those major bills off my husband. I've been able to fund my trip to Melbourne and the Gold Coast last year. I'm going to the Gold Coast again in June, sorry. There'll probably be another couple of trips. But to be able to, really just, take some of that stress off his shoulders and I don't want my husband to be out there slogging his guts so that I can stay home with my little girl. That's not, the idea of family life either. It's really about balance, and a business like this that you can create in stolen moments around your family or around a job as well, or whatever's important to you or whatever you have to do, and it can really grow to something more. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the money. So when you've the different ways that we get paid, I love money because I think it gives us more options to say yes and do more of what we like. So one of the first ways that we get paid is retail. So we literally just connect the customer with the company, and the company ships the product to the customer. So it's really easy. It's just a referral business. We share a lot about how we're feeling, and people might come up and ask us what we're up to. I know that for myself, I had people come up and say, "How are you feeling so good? You look amazing. What's happening? You've got a newborn. How is that possible?" And I just really shared what I was doing and how I was fueling my body with what it needed and feeling amazing. And as these girls have shared on this tonight, when you start to feel amazing, people are really attracted to that. So that's really where it all begins. But we don't have to stock any of the product in our garages and try and move it on. There's no minimum monthly spends, nothing crazy like that. The only product you'll ever purchase is the product that you decide to take yourself. So it's really easy. The next way we get paid is commission. So basically, as you start to build a team and help other people get what they want, then you'll also get what you want. And commission is really money in your bank account. And then the last way we get paid, and certainly not the least, but it's a big way of how we get paid, is bonuses. So I love bonuses. It was really a thing of the past. I don't remember ever getting bonuses anymore. And, when I had my other corporate travel job, it was something people sort of spoke about, but it wasn't something that really seemed to exist anymore. So I'm going to talk about one of the bonus structures that is one of the easiest ones to understand, but there are actually quite a few. And that is when you first come into the business, one of the first positions that you can get to is called SDVF. And if you get there within your 40 days, you get a $400 bonus, and the person who taught you also gets a $400 bonus. And we see lots of people get this, get their $400 bonus. We see people get to SDVF in a week. It really just depends on how much time you have to put into this. And there's never an expectation. It's really just, how much time you can really spend on this and put into it. But we have an amazing system. If you're willing to be teachable, we've got leaders that have just had incredible results. We've got, one of the girls who's teaching us has got the fastest growing business in the world, and it's pretty incredible. So there's certainly a system in place, and we can all plug into it, and success is available to all of us. The next position that we can get to is called sales coordinator. And when we get there, we get a $600 bonus, and the person who taught us also gets a $600 bonus. The position after that is called SSC, and when you get there, you get a $1,200 bonus, and the person who taught you also gets $1,200. The position after that is QNMD, and when you get there, you get a $1,500 bonus, and the person who taught you also gets $1,500. So this is the position I'm working towards at the moment. I'm not too far away, which is pretty exciting. And the pinnacle position is NMD, and when you get there, you get a $3,000 bonus. To give you an idea, when you reach NMD, which people are doing in 10 months, a year, 18 months, 2 years, it's all, there's some people doing it pretty fast, but when you reach that, you have created anything from an $80,000 to $130,000 residual income business, which is pretty crazy to think that you can just do it from home. I'm definitely feeling like I'm on track to get to this by the end of the year. And, to me, when I first came into this business, there was absolutely no idea that I thought that would be achievable. And I just feel like I'm probably proof that anybody can do this business, because I came in with no skills and not a massive network. But if, it's really something that anybody can do. And, that's sort of life-changing, that money, and it really can just grows from there. And what I absolutely love, more than the financial reward, is the emotional revenue from helping other people and showing them that they can do this. And I'm really passionate about helping other mums in particular, because I just feel that the way we see life and the way we do life and the way we see, or a lot of our parents do it, is that you either go back to work and you kind of give up spending time with your family, and that's often a choice that's made for us and we just have to go and do it, or you don't, and you know, maybe the husband does a lot of the hard work. And my dad worked away, he did FIFO, so we didn't see him a lot, and we never went without, but there were definitely sacrifices so my mum could stay home. And I just, when I came across this, it was a better way. There's a way that everybody can win and enjoy, and I think life is about living and enjoying. So the fact that I get to, you know, pass this on and show other mums that they can do it, I'm really passionate about that. It's an amazing opportunity, and everybody has the potential to do it, and success is there for everybody, which is pretty incredible. So if I think we'll wrap it up now. So if you've jumped on here to support Geordie, thank you so much. And congratulations, Geordie, on launching your business. You know, and I guess I would leave it with, you know, if any part of this resonates with you, we really encourage you to go back to the person who invited you to take a look at it and just get some questions answered. I know that when I looked at something like this, I was super skeptical, had loads of questions, but there was something interesting about it. There was something that I thought, what if this is it? This is the thing that, you know, can improve our life and give me the opportunity to stay at home. And I'm so glad I did, because I don't know what I would be doing otherwise. So definitely, you know, ask yourself, what if this is something that could really help you? Thanks, guys. Enjoy your night.